morning, everyone. Thank you for joining Goodnight Stories with Kip. My name is Natalie Baum, and I'm a Student Success Advisor here at the Keystone School. Today, we are going to be reading a comic book novel, The Wizard of Oz. We're just going to read a little portion of it, but if you want to read more, go to your local library and you can check it out yourself. The Wizard of Oz, retold by Russel Punter, based on the story by L. Frank Baum. Illustrated by Simona Bursi, series editor James Shisholm, consultant Mike Collins. The Wizard of Oz. This is a map of the land of Oz. Young orphan Dorothy lives on a farm in the middle of the great Kansas prairies with her Uncle Henry and Aunt Em. Everything about their world has either been scorched white by the baking sun or blackened by the biting tornadoes, fierce whirlwinds strong enough to crush any building in their path. One day, Dorothy and her dog Toto are sitting on the doorstep of their tiny farmhouse when Dorothy's uncle rushes out in panic. "There's a tornado coming, Em! I'll go to the barn and take care of the animals." "Quick, Dorothy, into the cellar. We'll be safe down there." "I'm coming, Aunt Em." But as Dorothy rushes towards the trapdoor, "Come back, Toto!" Woof, woof, Toto's running away. "It's no use hiding under there. We've got to get under the house." But before Dorothy and Toto can reach the safety of this cellar, the wind shrieks. Everything slides. "Help!" And the whole house whirls around and around. Whoa! The mighty tornado snatches up the house and lifts it high above the barn like a twig, and the house rises higher and higher as the whirling funnel of air carries it further and further away. Inside the house, Dorothy and Toto struggle to stay upright. "Toto!" "Yelp! Got you!" Dorothy lifts the little dog back to safety. That should stop any more accidents. "I only hope we won't be smashed to pieces when the house falls back to earth." As several hours pass without further incident, Dorothy feels less anxious. Sigh, we'll just have to wait calmly and see what the future brings. In spite of the swaying of the house and the wailing of the wind, Dorothy and Toto soon fall fast asleep. Sometime later, they awake with a jolt. Thud! The house has stopped moving. "Come on, Toto, let's go outside." Oh my! Welcome to the land of Oz. Before Dorothy can speak, the little old woman continues. "We're so grateful to you for killing the Wicked Witch of the East." "You're very kind, but there must be some mistake," says Dorothy. "I've not killed anyone." "Well, your house did, and that's the same thing." "Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. See? The house must have fallen on her." "These people are Munchkins, who live here in the land of the East. Until now, they were the slaves of the Wicked Witch of the East. But now they're all free, thanks to you." "If they're Munchkins, who are you?" "I'm the Witch of the North. I'm a good witch. Sadly, I'm not as powerful as the Witch of the East, or I would have set the Munchkins free myself." "I thought all witches were wicked," says Dorothy. "Oh no, there are, or were, 4 witches here in Oz. The Witch of the South and I were good witches. The witches of the East and the West, they're wicked witches." "Aunt Em told me that there were no more witches left," said Dorothy. "Who's Aunt Em?" "She's my aunt, back in Kansas, where I'm from." "Kansas? I've never heard of that country. Our country is cut off from the rest of the world. That's why we still have witches and wizards. Our land of Oz is named after the greatest of our wizards. Oz is more powerful than the rest of us put together. He lives in the city of emeralds. Look, look! The witch has dried up in the sun, so that really is the end of her. But her silver shoes now belong to you. The witch once told us her shoes had magical powers, but we never found out what they were. I'm anxious to get back to my aunt and uncle, for I'm sure they'll be worried about me, said Dorothy. Can you help me find my way home? A great desert surrounds this land of Oz, said the Munchkins. No one could cross it and live. I'm afraid you'll have to stay with us, my dear, said the witch. Dorothy begins to sob. Please don't cry. Can't you help her, Great Witch of the North? The witch removes her cap and balances it on the end of her nose. 1, 2, 3, ping! Let Dorothy go to the City of Emeralds. It seems you must go to the City of Emeralds. Perhaps Oz will help you. Where is this city? Said Dorothy. It's exactly in the middle of our country. It's ruled by Oz, the great wizard I told you about. Is he a good man? Asks Dorothy. I know he's a good wizard, but as I've never met him, I can't say if he's a good man. How do I get to the City of Emeralds? Asked Dorothy. You must walk. It's a long journey through the countryside that's sometimes pleasant and sometimes dark and terrible. I'm afraid I can't go with you, but I'll use all the magic I know to keep you from harm. I'll give you my kiss. No one will dare injure a person who's been kissed by the Witch of the North. The Munchkins wish Dorothy a pleasant journey and head off through the trees. You'll soon find the road to the City of Emeralds. It's paved with yellow bricks. Goodbye, my dear. Whirl, and she disappears. Dorothy goes into the house and fills a basket with bread for the journey. Then she sets off in search of the yellow brick road. She hasn't gone far when... Look, Toto, this must be the road to Oz. Let's just hope the wizard can get us home. After following the road for several miles, Dorothy stops to rest by a cornfield. I swear that scarecrow just winked at me. Good day. How do you do? I'm pretty well, thank you. How do you do? How are you? I'm not feeling well. It's very tedious being perched up here day and night. Can't you get down? Asked Dorothy. No, this pole is stuck up my back. If you could take it away, I'd be much obliged. Dorothy gently lifts the scarecrow off the pole. Ah, thank you very much. I feel like a new man. My name's Dorothy. I'm off to the Emerald City to ask the Great Oz to send me to Kansas. Where's the Emerald City? And who's Oz? Don't you know? Asked Dorothy. I don't know anything. I'm so stuffed with straw, I have no brains at all, said the scarecrow. Oh, I'm sorry, said Dorothy. You see, I don't mind the rest of me being stuffed because it means I can't get hurt. But I don't want people to call me a fool. And if my head stays stuffed with straw instead of brains, how am I ever going to know anything? Do you think if I went to the Emerald City with you, Oz would give me some brains? I don't know, said Dorothy, but you may come with me if you like. Thank you, said the scarecrow. Toto thinks he can smell rats in the scarecrow's straw. Don't mind Toto, he never bites. Oh, he doesn't scare me. There's only one thing in the world I'm afraid of. What's that? Asked Dorothy. A lighted match, says the scarecrow. That's where we're going to stop for tonight. Thank you all for joining Goodnight Stories with Kip. Have a wonderful night.